Welcome to B2B with Randy and Craig, where we discuss the rise, the falls,
and the kick in the...
No, Sunday morning. Nobody's kicking anybody. Saturday night we kick.
Okay.
Sunday
fine.
morning we don't kick. Hey, I have with us today Angela Reina from Reina Smith Media. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Got to
Thank
ask you a
you.
question. How do we get involved in media? And tell me exactly what that means.
Okay, well, I do social media marketing. So I've been doing that for over, it has to be over 15 years. I started doing this when website was just starting to become popular.
When the internet was just
when
invented.
the internet was, well, not really just invented, but it was like mid-2000s. My sister was a web designer. I was really good at writing. And she said, I need help. I need somebody to write copy for my websites. And I said, okay. She gave me some projects. I started writing web copy. And then from there, as Facebook started to come out and social media really became popular, her clients started to get interested in social media. And she's like, can you just write some things for me for social media? And I said, sure. But that was back then where there were no, you weren't posting photos, you weren't posting images, you weren't posting videos. You were literally tweeting, basically, on Facebook and Instagram, right?
So everything was kind of like hashtags and stuff like that?
Not even. We didn't even do the hashtags back then. I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't go to school for that. We didn't we didn't have that in school. There was no social media,
no, that
degree,
wasn't an option. That was not.
So I just kind of,
The data punching was.
yeah, exactly. So it just kind of fell in my lap. I mean, I worked in retail for so many years. And then I worked at I actually ended up working at a law firm just, while I was doing the social media stuff.
While you were growing this business.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you were working with your sister.
I was working with my sister, helping her write web copy and just kind of doing a part-time thing for her. But then I was working at a law firm full-time. And they said, hey, we're interested in social media.
And you go, I know somebody.
Exactly. And, they had me do I was like a paralegal. And then they had me do the social media for them on the side. And then they were my law firm was referring people to me from other lawyers. And then I started doing legal marketing. It just snowballed. And then I got a really good,
following.
Just a good following of people that liked what I was doing.
Is your niche legal, or that was then?
Yeah, it was. But I am expanded legal, healthcare, and home services is my top.
Those are your specialties. You'll do any.
I'll do any. I can pretty much market for anything.
I think we got to back up a second.
Yeah.
So I call it SEO marketing. Is that?
There's an element of SEO to it. Yeah, there's an element of SEO.
Most
to
people probably don't even know what we're speaking about. I don't even know that I
not.
know what we're speaking about. But can you give us a better understanding so people really understand, quickly what it is that you do?
Yeah. So if you have a business and you want to grow it through social media, you would come to me. I would help you create your content. I would help you advertise on social media. So I run Facebook ads, Instagram ads. We do the whole.
So we sit down, we review our goals.
Exactly.
We look at what the
do a
spend
strategy.
is.
It's from start to finish. From start to finish, I will interview a potential client. I literally sit down with them and I have an interview with them. First of all, to see if we're a good match.
Right.
Second of all, I want to see what their goals are. What do they need to accomplish? Because a lot of times they don't know. And it's my job to help them find out.
So the goals and the spend may not be aligned.
It may not be aligned. A lot of times it isn't. But Facebook and Instagram, marketing through that is actually one of the least expensive ways to get your brand out there. Yeah. So, you could put $50, $100 behind, a special piece of content that you think will resonate with your audience. And you can see how it performs. And the good thing is, if it's not performing, you could turn it off. You can do A/B testing, test different things. So there's a lot you can do, especially.
What makes you different than others that are out there?
Okay. So I didn't mention this before. I worked for a big marketing firm that did legal marketing, healthcare, and home services marketing. I had a really great experience. I learned a lot of really, really great things that you should do, but I also learned all the bad things that you shouldn't do.
Right.
And one of the things that did not sit right with me, that was very, very unnerving to me, was that we had clients that ranged from the smallest packages to every bell and whistle that you can get in marketing. And I felt like the smaller businesses, they pay good money too. Their dollars should matter. And I was told, you know what? let's not, you got to pay attention to the bigger clients. You know, they're paying the most. And I'm like, I never believed in that. I couldn't, and I would get sort of not yelled at, but I would get in trouble for spending too much time on a small
And I
client.
bet the better sense of accomplishment for someone in your shoes is taking a brand and building it and creating the brand awareness versus
Yes.
inheriting a company. I mean, that's rewarding.
Yes,
but
very rewarding.
A little different.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously there's a bottom line, right? Everybody wants to make money, but I feel like, you know, I'm a small business. I always admired small businesses. You know, my grandfather, you know, Sicilian guy, you know, started a little auto shop. I watched him build that.
You watched him build it, right.
So watching that, you know, made me
Well,
understand
small business
a small
makes
business.
the world go round.
Right. It does.
And a small
does.
business, the problem the small business have, they need the social media, they need the brand
do.
awareness, but they may not have the spend yet.
Exactly.
So you'll work with any packages.
I will work with them. So I will ask them, you know, what are your goals first? And then, you know, as I'm going through what their goals are, I give them a pricing and they say, oh, that's a little, I say, okay, let me see what I can do to shift things around at least so we can accomplish something for you.
Right.
You know, obviously I don't work for free, but I am so like, my heart is like,
Well, you're passionate
I'm
about it.
so passionate about it and I want to help everyone. I have a client who sells like little tassels on her Etsy shop and I help her.
And you love it.
And I absolutely love her.
You love tassels, Craig.
Yeah,
Well-
like they're like little bespoke something trimmings and they're so cute and she loves them and I love that she loves it and
So if I'm just
help her.
a brand new business that's just starting out, what would you recommend as far as which platform I should tackle first?
Facebook and Instagram simultaneously because they do work pretty much together.
And they're two different clientele,
They're
right?
Two different. Well, yes, but there's a way to like, you know, if you want to market a product on Facebook and Instagram, there are some parameters that I would like look
Set,
through.
of course.
Yeah, I would say, okay, what's your age group? Like, if you're a younger group, maybe you want to put more money towards Instagram. We have to go where the people are that are in.
So you're a woman-owned business,
yes, all by myself.
all by
Me,
yourself.
myself, and I.
All by yourself. So, you know, we love working with women entrepreneurs. I find them to be so passionate and supportive of one another.
Oh,
very
yes.
strong community.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've had boss babes on here.
Oh,
We've had
yes.
some real
Yes, I
great
know
people.
boss
K
babes.
Collections Photography.
I love.
Yeah. And
Kelly's my
the passion and the support for each other is tremendous. So I hope that you leverage the fellow women entrepreneurs.
I love my female counterpart entrepreneurs. I am the first one, like, if they post something, I am like right in there. I'm like, oh, go girl, get that, you know.
Love it.
I like to keep that momentum going and I don't do it because I want something back. I absolutely
You do it because of who you are.
Because of who I am and because I care about my other ladies that are trying to do what I'm
We're
doing.
all
Exactly.
trying to get ahead.
Yeah,
So before you
exactly.
sat down, I asked Angela, I said, Reina Smith, who's the Smith?
Right.
So
And-
tell us.
You're gonna make me cry in this.
Well, don't
episode.
cry. Yeah, don't cry.
The Smith is for my stepdad. My stepdad passed away just as I had quit my job and started my new business. And he was a very special and important person in my life.
I appreciate
He
that.
took care of me and my
Love
mom
it.
and my sister. And
Did he
and-
have
And
a
he
love
wasn't-
for? Did he have a love for social media at all?
nope,
or-
not
at
he didn't
all?
know anything
He had a
about
love
it.
for
Wasn't
you.
on it, but he had a love for me and love for
Okay.
my sister. And he supported everything that I did
I love it.
and was very proud. So.
And I'm sure it makes you feel good to put his name in your brand
Yes.
name and so
yes,
forth. That's
Myrina
wonderful.
is the name my dad gave me.
How,
It's
how
Smith.
long have you been in business?
A year and a half.
A year and
Wow.
a half.
Yeah.
Now, no business is flawless. People make mistakes, as we
Yeah.
are human, right?
Yes.
What's one mistake that had to happen to you in order for you to make it to where you're sitting today?
Mistake. Oh goodness. I don't make mistakes. No, I'm kidding.
We call it failing. We call it failing forward.
What mistake did I make? Oh goodness. So I'll tell you the mistake that I made, but I'm kind of like, oh, it's okay for me. I quit the job that I had and just dove into it without a financial backing, and I lived off my savings basically
Yeah.
for the first year.
We hear this a lot.
And
It's a gamble.
I wouldn't recommend doing that because it was a struggle, and I was
It's
like
scary.
really it was very, very,
Very stressful,
scary.
right?
Thankfully, my daughters were grown and out of the house, and they take care of themselves, and it was just really worrying about me.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was
Is there an
difficult.
ideal client for you? Is there? I'm sure you want to help everybody and
Yeah.
anybody, but is there an ideal client? I know the areas you said you
Mm-hmm.
specialize in: home services. I think you said professional law.
Yes,
uh,
law, legal.
right,
Mm-hmm.
legal.
My ideal client is, I really love somebody that has a really struggle. Their story is a struggle, and then I can help them bring that, to life and share their story and bring that through storytelling on
Fantastic. But you
their.
have a good story.
I
That's
do
why
have
you
a
could
good.
tell the story.
Yeah.
So you said something to me
Mhm.
before Craig came in. I'm going to start the conversation, let you run with it.
Okay.
You told me that because you started the business later in life, that people were saying to you, you're a single woman,
Mm.
you're later in life, you're out of your mind.
Yeah,
And you
basically.
tell them,
Yeah, I did. I did say, there were so many people that were like, oh God, you're going to start this now? Like it's 50, 55. Don't you feel like you should just retire? Find a man that's going to, I have a man, but he
Right.
supports me, but, have the man take care of you. Hell no.
you always got to bring up the man.
But yeah, why? I still don't understand why we still have that mentality where, us women have to rely on someone else. It doesn't matter who it is, take care of us.
Right.
I want to take care of me.
You and I, I'm a girl dad.
Yes.
You're
I
a girl mom.
Yep.
Your man is a
Is
girl
girl
dad.
dad.
So
Oh,
we're
big
surrounded
time.
by girls. So I don't
Yes.
buy into that. I don't buy into it. I call, bull.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You go out and you make it happen based upon who you are.
Yeah.
And whether man, woman, it doesn't matter.
I agree with that.
And
It's
age
just-
also doesn't matter.
age should not matter. And I love that. I feel proud when I tell people that I'm 55 and I just started my business a year and a half ago.
Good.
They're like, what?
How do
'Cause I wanna
people
be
find you?
inspiration.
What's the phone number? What's your website?
Oh, sure. My website is ReinaSmithMedia.com. My phone number, they have access to my cell phone. I don't care. It's 631-748-5655. Text, call.
Just
leave
text or
message.
call,
Text or
email,
call,
just check it out.
email. Check
If
it
you're
out,
just
yeah.
tuning in to
Oh, you're gonna love
B2B
this. He
with
loves this.
Randy and Craig
loves this.
on WBAB 102.3, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, we are sitting with Angela Reina from Reina Smith Media. And as per usual, I have $1 million question. And every time, sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes they're 50-cent questions. So we'll just
Lately, they've been about 15 cents.
15 cents. So I'm going to ask, how do you integrate your life with your family and juggle running a business?
It's easy for me because my family, my daughters are out of the house. The only things right now that I have to worry about are my dogs.
How many
Okay.
dogs do you have?
I have two. I have a Frenchie and like a mix, min pin mix.
Man,
and
we love
they're
that.
they're like having toddlers, It's,
They
and
are.
I love my dogs keep me sane. It's funny because sometimes I'll put them in doggy daycare and I miss them. And yeah, I'm getting work done, but I'm like, I really need to smush their faces
Yeah,
right
of
now.
course.
Yeah. So, but it does. I really don't have trouble because I'm very organized, with my day.
Mhm.
Everything's planned out.
Have you
Um,
seen reels compared to pictures influenced on social media? Is one more
Performs
preferred?
better?
Yeah.
Yeah, reels perform way better than just a static image. And then behind that would be your Instagram carousels. So yeah.
What's that? What is that?
With the ones where you see where you could swipe.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it.
you just
You're
keep
generally
going.
given like information
Yeah.
on those pictures. Them say, I just lost 30 pounds.
The
Swipe
before
right
and
as you
afters
see-
are
yeah.
always so good.
Right.
Everybody
Do they
loves
have
a
one
good.
that said I just grew back my hair?
No.
No, just
No.
asking.
The
No.
before and afters are always a fun one.
Angela,
people like.
is there a book that you would recommend to people that maybe has helped you through your journey? Maybe you go back to it, read it again. We ask this question all the time. We've learned some great books.
One book that I've been reading for I don't know, almost 20 years now is The Secret.
I love The Secret.
This is one of my favorite all-time books. I will go back and read it over and over and over and over and over.
You have to
again.
read it over and
Yeah,
over
it reminds
again.
me that I gotta stop. I gotta clear out all that negative stuff that I think about that I can.
Got to be very
do.
careful what you're putting out.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Got to be
Yeah,
very careful.
yeah.
So, what do you find today is the biggest challenge that you're facing in this field?
It's pretty saturated. It's hard to stand out. So really got to figure it. Just the thing is, I tell my clients like you have to be you. We're not copying anyone else. You have to be unique. Be yourself. Don't try to. You can get ideas, of course, and get inspiration from others, but you have to be yourself, because that's the only way you're going to stand out on social, because everybody's got their own little, their own fingerprint.
Their own thing.
Yeah.
So when you said there's a lot out there, you're referring to not necessarily social media companies, people in your space. You're talking about the competition within the category that you may be representing.
Exactly. And there are just a lot of noise out there on social media in general, just scrolling.
Right.
So you want to stop that scroll.
You got to have something special.
Yeah, you got to get that hook, going.
That's one of the things that I've always said that Craig is very good at. He makes reels that grab you very quick. You know, you got that. It's a 30-second reel, but let's face it, if it's not grabbing you in the first second or two, it's never going to get you.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, there's metrics that you can look at, saying how long people are reviewing your reels, and okay, where are they stopping, where are they falling off, and you could do some analytics on that. You can get very granular and deep with it.
In these days, I think collaborations.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you explain what that is?
So collaborations are really great for social media, because if you're creating a piece of content and you have someone else in your video or that's involved, you can add them as a collaborator. Then it goes out on their socials, and then their people are seeing it, and so it just kind of exponentially.
If I collaborate, if Craig makes a video and I collaborate with that video, now that video is in his sphere of influence, and it lives in mine. So it's a double.
Yes.
And if somebody grabs that and shares it, now we just opened it up again.
Yep. Correct. That's exactly how it works. It's just
a popularity contest in that sense.
You can view it as that, sure.
Yeah, and our first guest ever actually said to us, which was probably my favorite quote we've had so far.
Randy's a hell of a guy. You should be more
that
like
wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. If competition happens on the bottom and collaboration happens on the top.
100%. Oh my gosh, that you just said that. I tell one of my friends, she is like, does what I do, sort of. We do a lot of projects together. Even though she has another marketing company, we work together, and our motto is there's always room at the top.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, we hate when people come on the show and they talk about someone in their space as competition. I don't really believe there's competition. I believe there's a way to work together and figure it out. Even though you're in the same space, maybe as a photographer, Kelly does our photography. Maybe she doesn't want to do weddings, but she loves doing corporate events. But I do weddings, so she can bring me in. Right. So I think it's so important to
100%. I've had people come to me; they want me to do work for them, and I'm like, I'm not a good fit, but here's. This person's a good fit.
Well, look at food influencers alone. Last year, if you noticed, food influencers were all doing their own thing. They would never work with another food influencer.
And now?
And this year, you see multiple food influencers, generally 4 or 5 at a time, going to the same restaurant, pushing out bunches of reels, because they realized, well, you have 30,000, I have 80,000, she has 70,000. Let's all collaborate and hit everybody all in one shot.
Are you finding that too? Is in more than restaurants, are you finding that to be the case?
I'll give you an example. I have my own little mini series called Angela Gives a Shift, where I go on site. You've seen them. So I go on site to my clients, and it's something I do for them for free as part of their package. But if anybody can do it. But I go on site with them, and I do like a little mini interview, and I work with them. I actually have a client who's a power washer. Eco Clean Power Wash, by the way, he's great. His name is Freddie. And I was power washing, and I put this together in the video, and because he was tagged and I was in it, like
it just got some great traction.
Yeah, and then people were asking him, "Who does your social media? I need her number."
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
you won some business from it.
Yeah. I got some potential clients from it.
That's great.
And then I have another client that I just recently did something with, and he has a big following, and that it just blows up.
I was just going to ask you, do you have a scaling strategy? But it seems to me the scaling strategy is kind of organic.
Yeah.
Right? You want to scale.
Yeah.
But scaling comes out of the work that you put out and other people saying, who the heck is this person?
Exactly.
Who are you using?
Get so much, I love the feedback I get on my Angela Gives a Shift, and it's a lot of fun, and I do like the organic piece of it.
What advice would you give an entrepreneur, women or men, doesn't make a difference, let's say starting over in their 50s?
Ooh. Don't listen to the outside noise. Just do what you really feel in your heart that you want to do. Honestly, it's a lot of outside influences and noise, and people, you can't worry about what other people are going to think of you at starting at that age.
Right.
I certainly, overcame that. So anybody can. Don't believe
that's
don't believe
wonderful.
anything that the
That's
naysayers.
it's so important because that's
Yeah.
what they say. You're
Yeah,
crazy.
it's so true.
You're in your 50s. I mean, 50's young these days, but I get it.
Yeah.
And many times if your circle's not
Yeah.
supporting you, you
Right.
feel like you're lost.
Yeah. So I'm in a space where, can I tell you this anecdote? That not anecdote,
Yeah.
but that thing that happened. So one of my friends was referring a client to me, and she says, yeah. She goes, yeah. He asked, you want to know how old you were? I said, why did he want to know that? She goes, because he's like, oh, the young kids, they know how to do social media. I'm like, okay. She goes, but you want to know what I told him? I told him you were the one who taught those kids how to do it.
Bingo.
Because when I worked at the big marketing firm, I had a team of people. I had 10 people on my team, and they were all either just
Learning
out of
from you.
college or they didn't.
Experience matters.
Experience matters a lot.
Experience matters a lot.
Yeah.
I know. I back in the day, they used to say, you're reaching a certain age, you're going to age out. But I think that's changed somewhat because the younger generation doesn't have the skill sets that
Or the
some of us have.
drive.
Or the drive, or they can't talk. I mean, let's start there. They can type.
They can type,
But they,
yeah.
social to sit like this is not
They
their
don't know
shtick.
what it's like to actually. Some of them might, but they don't know what it's like to sit in an office. I think, and having that
Fine.
experience of collaboration and camaraderie.
Yep, I
and
agree.
being yelled at by a boss. Like
Yeah,
just
no,
so-
that kind of,
it's-
excuse my French, it mans you up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just had a great question that went in and out of my head. I cannot believe that's never happened before. I just had a great question. We're talking about age.
Yeah.
Age is sitting on me as we're sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind.
That's okay.
So what advice would you give somebody getting into social media? A great tidbit of information.
If they want to get into social media, I would highly recommend one, apply to a marketing agency and start at
Maybe your agency.
But my agency, yeah, they can. I take interns. Absolutely. You can intern, or if you really want a paying job, try to get a
But
job.
an
at a-
internship with you would be great because
Yeah,
like
I
you
had
were
an- I
talking
had
to
an
someone
intern.
earlier
Yeah.
that said that he spent a year with somebody in his career, never got paid, but that training was
Yeah.
Valuable.
I'm leaning towards. Eventually we'll be able to do paid internships. Right now, it's a year and a half in.
It's all right.
But I did have an intern from Hofstra, and she worked out great. She helped me for a few months till she just graduated, and yeah. So,
But you know what? Now
but
you have she'll be a contact forever
Yes.
as she goes through her
Yes,
journey.
yes.
And who knows how
she
that
was
falls.
asking me a lot of questions. So that's back to my point is, yeah, they know how to use social media, but doesn't know how they know how to market on
No.
social media.
True.
So
And I remember my question now.
okay,
It just came to me.
Okay.
Do you do any networking
absolutely.
to build your brand?
100% Latip. I love Latip.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of business. A lot of my clients are in my group.
Terrific.
I highly, highly recommend getting out there and joining a networking group. 100%. I highly recommend
And
actually Latip.
if somebody wants to look you up or hire you or get a consultation, how would someone do that?
They can call me, text me.
Phone number?
Phone number? Yes, I gave it before.
Give
Doing
it
it
again.
again.
Yeah.
631-748-5655. Get me direct. Send me a text. I will get back to you within minutes, probably usually. I'm one
Website?
of those like, oh my God, I better answer now.
Well,
But,
someone
yeah.
once said to me, if your phone's ringing and you're not picking up, what's going to happen is it's going to stop ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to
no, I
answer your
always,
calls. You got to call people back.
I do not like, if I tell a client, I'm going to have this to you by Wednesday at 5 p.m., you're going to get it on Tuesday at 4. Like,
Right.
I don't like to be a last minute.
I'm married 26 years. I learned very well to undercommit and overdeliver.
Wow, there you go. That's
Yeah, I learned
perfect.
that. I learned that.
That's a good
So
way
listen,
to
we're
think.
going to run out of time because BAB holds us on a tight schedule. I could talk to you all day. I'm very impressed about your journey. I think
you.
that I love the fact that, at 55, if you don't mind me saying,
No, of
you
course,
don't
I'm
give
proud
a,
of it.
you know what? You're going to go
I
over
don't.
there and
She
take
doesn't
over
give
the
a
world.
shift.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
doesn't
give a
shit.
shit. I
By
do.
the
I
way,
do.
you just gave me a heart attack. But I'm glad. I was like, oh my God.
I do give a shift, but
But I love the fact that you're taking the bull by the horns and you're out there making a difference. And I agree with you. I think experience matters. I think the fact that these younger people were learning from you means something. And I think that if you're looking to grow your business, I'm using your words, regardless if your business is a $30 million company or you're just getting out and starting, give you a call. Give it. Let's take a look at your social media. Let's see if we can help you grow your business. I'm gonna get cut off. Craig, take us home.
So if you, like Angela, want to be on B2B with Randy and Craig, go to b2bwithrandyandcraig.com. And from B2B with Randy and Craig, that's a wrap.